Growing up, I used to think money was not important. Growing up, I used to feel like don't really worry about making money. Life is about being happy, and one of the things you don't really need to be happy is how much money you get. However, I've always wanted to do other things. I've always wanted to support my community, to help my community, to do things to make my community look better. And for me, these things meant okay, using your hands and stuff like that. Then I don't grow. I realize, say, hey, you can do far more better if you have money. Money is not just power. Money is not just influence. Money na actually that key will open so many doors. Think about anything you want to do for help humanity. Which you need and first na money, and then you will find people that will help you do. I no one call on the hands-on job, but all the dirty work them. But explains the reason why some person be say money na lie. That person be the lie you say money na the root of all evil. The person just want me to stay away from making money. So if you make more for yourself. It's going to be another conversation, 30 minutes, what $1 million with Charles Njoya, one of the biggest tax strategies we'll get our community. We spend this time every week, twice a week, just for get clarity on certain things that they happen, especially when it comes to the tax milling. I will bring it in, and when I bring it in, when I know it, we would it do. Boss, good morning and welcome.
Everybody excited to be here. It's another Monday morning. Just excited. Let's talk business.
Wow. Now, I think today we'll talk some really, really basic things. Uh, by the way, see you dressing. You take this, you take the life they really see you like the way you dress it. Now, so you dress all the time, or only when you go office.
I said, Toride, you know me a little bit better now. Where you you know me a little bit better. I mean, when I'm coming to speak to people, I always try to look the way. I mean, people say, what did they say that you should address the way you want to be
Want to
addressed, right?
address? Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell people that if you are, I meet a lot of people on a daily basis, and I just want to look like just look good for them, and I look good for myself as well. And
Well,
this is respectful. I'm respectful to the people that I'm talking to. So I
hmm,
want to dress as if I'm going to meet the head of state every time, because
wow,
you are the heads of state.
wow.
Yeah.
Boss, one thing I don't know is the way you keep to your programs, keep to time, you keep to like Majo used the word you're really, really organized. Then I feel like that's the one thing behind your success. And if you don't do for the past 26 years, especially for top level, we feel like one know how it happened. By the way, tell us about your day. How do you usually start your days?
My day is the same. So the
Mm-hmm,
way I start my day in the morning, I wake up in the morning. I do a little bit stretches here and there just to make sure I'm fit. And
mm-hmm,
then the second thing, I start with a prayer in the morning. I do
mm-hmm,
my exercise in the morning, and then I jump very quickly. Get to I have my first meeting at
mm-hmm,
8:30. My
mm-hmm,
first meeting with my operations manager in the office. I
mm-hmm,
talked to her for 30 minutes, and we're talking about anything that we need to look about, that we need to verify, anything that what came up that we've not resolved. We talk
mm-hmm,
about it for the next 30 minutes, and then we also plan for the next meeting that's coming up. It's
mm-hmm,
called the staff meeting. I have a meeting with my staff every day at 9 a.m. So 8:30 is the meeting with my operations manager. Then later we're having a staff meeting at 9 o'clock, and then that staff meeting it would last an hour.
mm-hmm,
That hour is the most important meeting for the day because
mm-hmm,
it sets the tone. We have it every day. Once we have that meeting, is to tell people about what are our goals for the day. What did we do for what were we supposed to do? Have we done it? What are the things that we need to do? We talk about every part of our job within that 1 hour. And
mm-hmm,
after that hour, then I get into I start going 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 30. I have meetings all through my calendar. And I tell people, there are so many people who are trying to call me, and I tell them just book on my calendar. because there's no way. It's hard for you to get me if you're not on my calendar. If you are not speaking, if you are not on calendar for a meeting, you will call 20 times on my phone. I'll only see it after. And at times it is with my assistant and things like that. It is important that I follow my calendar. If I don't, if I miss it, I miss my day. That's the way that it goes. And my days can go, it can stretch until, but I try to make sure. In the past, I used to just work the whole day. Now we've inserted an hour on Tuesdays, on Tuesdays and on Thursdays. I have an hour where I go to the gym just to make sure that I'm getting older. Yes, I'm getting older. And I want to make sure that I'm getting fit, because you don't want to get sick. So time management is so important for me. Like this meeting, I had a meeting that overwent by 9 minutes. But before that, before it even overgoes, my assistant already reaches out to tell you that, hey, we're running a little bit late. Please just bear us. Those are the things we do systematically. We just try to be organized in a way. And if you do that, every day we're looking at what was our objective? How did we meet it? Why did we not meet that objective? What was our role in this? How did we serve our clients? We are providing a service to our clients. We are not just there to do a task for our clients. Every person in my team understands that we are there to provide a service. Because if we don't provide a service to our clients, guess what? We don't have a business. Our clients were there to serve our clients. It's not just because you have a task to do that, you just go and do that. You want to make sure that the client has been educated, he understands what we're doing, and it's more like we're giving a service at every part of the way. And that's the way we sustain those clients. Our clients are with us for at least 20 years. Wow. That's the way we look at them. And the only way we sustain is by giving a service. Solving a problem, not going there to do a task. And you have to make the clients, educate them on our time management as well. So that when they come, they don't just come and sit. They know that we have something to do within 30 minutes. It's going to be done within 30 minutes. That's the way we operate.
Boss, you talked about your morning, how you open your day. You not talking anything. You didn't say anything about breakfast. You only talked about prayers. And is it like those ones are not important, or you don't do them?
They are. You know what? Like today, my assistant Njoya come on now. Before we left, she just told me that you didn't look very well. I'm going to bring you a coffee. She's trying to bring me something to eat in the morning. I didn't have it this morning. It's not. I mean, I hardly take breakfast in the morning. But that's not good. There are days that I will try to take a tea, a coffee, but I don't. And that's probably why my shape is not as good as super.
Yeah, tell us also a little bit about exercising, because I've heard some persons like you, big money makers, they say when you exercise regularly, it helps you even when you think and things like that. It makes you feel like, tell us a little bit more about that.
I will tell you something that's very important. There are times that I've taken exercise and put them on the back burner, and I was just following. But there is nothing more important than exercise. Exercise just makes you you're very, very focused when you do exercise. It is so important. And that's why I had to put it on my calendar. But for me, most smart people, they start their morning with they go to the gym in the morning. If I do that in the morning, I'm going to be sleepy. It's going to affect me the other way, because I'm not a very super active guy, but I want to become even more active as I age. That's why I'm on my calendar. You have every week I have 2 days that I'm going to the gym during the day. But you do that for what? Not to only be fit, but also your brain is very sharp.
Yeah.
It keeps you very sharp. You're focused. It just makes you rejuvenate and makes you younger. You do that every day. It's so important. And I tell you, because people like you're more sporty than I am. It is critical that you're active, especially in a country like America. And for the job that we do, we sit down a lot. You have to be active. You have to make sure you are always. Doctors will tell you more than I do, but it's so important to keep your brain focused.
You just talked about your calendar, and I know it's not even about because you brought it up. Your calendar is always packed. It's always loaded. But the other day, I remember when you got home, you showed me a tie that was designed by one of your kids. And now I want you to talk to us about how important it is, because if your calendar be filled that way, sometimes
Yes.
people wonder, like, do you even have time for your family? Do you even have time for your kids? And
That's a great one. You know what? I'll tell you something. Um, you have to try to make time for family. You have to try to. I
Mhm,
mean, and some at times we are lucky as well. This country is such a crazy country. If you
mhm,
don't make time for family, someone else will make time for them. If you
mhm,
don't, someone else will make time for them. And
mhm,
that someone else is not the person you want to make time for your family, right? Um, I mean, my spouse is doing what she's doing. She's reducing the amount of hours she's putting at work
mhm,
in doing what she wants so that she can take care more of the kids as well. I
mhm,
am also my kid. We had her birthday. I want to make sure that we are there for the kids. There are times that I would tell you that I'm not like always available for the family, but
mhm,
when I have time, like during the weekends, it's my time. I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with this. I will get to that place where I have more time. You buy time. Let me tell you,
mhm,
time is bought. Time
mhm,
is not just when they tell you about work-life balance. Work-life balance is okay, but you have to buy that time. How do you buy time? You invest significantly at certain points in your life to make certain things happen. And once those things happen, guess what? It now works on a conveyor belt.
wow.
Today in our office, we're beginning to hire people who are going to take away most of the things I do. Most of the things I do. The only thing that I'm going to be doing in my office is going to be two things. I'm going to be the what? I'm going to be the business development person. I'm going to be the guy who goes out there and sells business. That's my job.
Mhm,
I'm going to be the face of the business. People are doing the work. That's the way you start. That's the way you grow a business. And as you grow a business, the wealthy people of America are not the people who are working crazy like some of us do. They are not
mhm,
the wealthy. The wealthy people of America have already bought that time. So you do this. I did this for many years. I had some work-life balance because I was working for somebody
mhm.
for many years. There's more work-life balance when you're working for somebody than when you're starting to build your own empire.
Wow.
And once you're working for somebody, because you know that that's not my thing. You have breaks, you go home, you close at 6 o'clock, you can go home and see your kids and do this, do this. When you start building a project, when you have a very clear vision that you are implementing a vision, it comes a time you don't even have time to eat
Wow.
because you're too busy building your focus on that vision.
Mm,
And once you start putting that on rails, you
mhm,
get to a point where you have a clear strategy, you have put it on a conveyor belt and it's working. You start buying time for yourself.
wow.
So all these years you are buying time. The wealthy people of America, they are not in offices working crazy. They are at
Mhm,
the bench because they've put a system in place that's working. We're
wow.
not yet there, but we're getting there. And that's what that's why I pray for everybody. But
Mhm,
you have to pay a price.
yeah.
You cannot always get all what you want. There is something, there's a give and take somewhere. And at this point, I don't think I'm at that place yet where I can tell you that I have full work-life balance. My family is this, I'm doing that, I'm not there yet. But we're getting there. We'll get there at some point. And when you get there, you see things just happening because you have worked all these years to build them. So
Wow.
when you see people just moving around, they're making things, they have put in a lot of effort to do what they're doing. And I tell you these things all the time. We have to invest in our business, put the structures in place. That's why we say if you want to win in America, it's about structure. Structure is everything.
Mhm,
Structure is everything. Whether you're in Cameroon or anywhere, or in Nigeria or in China, it's about structure. You put a structure and you make people follow that structure. Guess what? Most of the things that are on my calendar today, they are going to disappear. They are going to disappear and they are gradually disappearing. We're just hiring and hiring. Another CPA just joined our team. And some of those people are taking, as they are growing, I'm getting away. The business has to get to that place. People don't need me.
mm,
If every time people are only talking to you, they want to see to Charles, they want to speak to Charles, it means that you just created another job. When people start realizing that when I become the least important person in this company, then
yeah.
that I am, then I've, yes, people don't need Charles. They need everybody. They need Judith. They need Miss Comfort. They need all those people. They don't need Charles because those people are so savvy in what they do. They only call Charles because they feel that they don't have comfort in those people. That's the only reason. So once we pull all those things together, we have all those people, and every person is fully engaged in the process. Guess what? Charles is not useful. We're getting there because our team we've built a very critical team over the last 2 years, and we're excited about what we're doing. Very excited.
Well, you just talked about building a team, and I know for sure your relationship with your workers is it's wonderful. Now, why I've worked with other persons who just try completely to be like, okay, I am the boss, you are my worker, and that's the line. But you, in as much as you know how to say, okay, I am boss and your worker, but there's always that fine relationship. Why do you think that is important for persons who are building empires like you?
It is absolutely important. Well, let me tell you something. People come to my office because they are hungry. I bring people in, not any type of people. I bring people who are hungry. I bring people who are also very sharp. I try to bring the best people in my team. But when you come here, we have to create a culture where people believe that it's a culture that is inviting. It's a culture that makes people feel like they belong to something. It's a culture that empowers people. People have to be empowered to be able to provide their full potential. You don't just instruct people and tell them to remain in a cage. You set them, and especially when you hire leaders. If you hire people who are going to be leaders or who are already leaders, you cannot put them in a box. You put them in a box, they are going to disappear. Let me tell you something. A person only follows a vision which is bigger than his. That vision has to be bigger than mine, and it has to be able to contain me. The vision has to be able to contain me, and it has to contain my own vision. If my vision is bigger than that person is going to disappear. So when you bring people, you want to make them see the whole goal, where we're going. In my office, if you ask any person, what did we make last month? They will tell you. Because we don't have there's nothing that's exclusively for Charles. Nothing. We can't make and take. The client, the people who work for me, they know exactly what's going to happen if we make this. They know exactly if we met our objective, everybody knows where we stand. They know exactly where they stand.
Wow.
Does that encourage them to work? Yes.
Yeah.
Because they know that where they are going. People come here, they start here, and then they get so excited about what we're doing. And then when people are excited, they can do I have people who sit with me in the office to 10 p.m. We're not giving them any extra because they know that this thing is for them. Yes. We're building an empire that is for them. And they know that beyond CHN Advisor, there's something bigger than CHN Advisors. And we're building towards making sure that all that CHN group is a group that we are all part of. It's a winning machine that we're building. And it's going to happen. It's going to go where we want to go. And it takes people. It takes the right people, the right mindsets, people who have the goal, who have the drive, not people who are hungry. People who are ready to work, put in some extra to make sure we get there. That's why budgeting for us is so critical. And making sure it happens, it's extremely critical. Extremely critical. If you don't know your numbers, if you come to my team and ask them in terms of every part of the team, how much in terms of statistics, how many clients did you get last week? How many people leads did we get from? How much did we spend to get this? How much is the cost per lead for us? What is the cost per client acquisition for us? Client acquisition is the primary. We know all these things because we have all these statistics and we analyze them every day. The way you structure is the key. You have to know the cost of acquisition of each client. This client that came in, how much did it cost us? What is the excess? I know that. For example, last month, I give you my numbers. Last month we had our numbers, we made a certain number. But what did we do? Just for client acquisition, we had an extra gap that we could still have spent as much as another for the money that we had per client. We could. So my client, the client acquisition asset actually cost us about $35 per client that we acquired. That's very low compared to, and how much did we get in? We got in about 75. So it means that we have a delta of 40. That 40 that we could still have invested and still make the money that we want. Is that a good thing? Yes, that's a good thing. Those are the type of numbers we look at. We look at the details of what is the cost of client acquisition. What is this? It's not only about cost. It's more about going to the detail and being able to show somebody that if I do this, I'm still within my margin. If I do this, that is the cost of this. That is the cost of this. That's the value. This is how much we realize based on this. It is so important that you know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you're just gearing towards doom.
Boss, you talked about family office. I hope that what I said was correct. And your strategies. Tell us a little bit about the other persons in the team you're working with.
This is critical when we talk about a family. When you hear these people who are not paying taxes, who are building tremendous generational wealth for their homes. When you hear about these wealthy people has a team that's working for them. Some of them have that team working exclusively for them. A family office is an office that is basically helping. That is, the wealthy people created that name family office to take care of them. So it could only, you go into a system. Let me tell you, I'll show you the typical, I don't have I would have shown you the typical team. The typical team of a strategist, you're talking about number one. You need a strategist, the person who is structuring everything, because the person who is the guy who has that vision to be a billionaire or whatsoever. You are not the guy. You have to leverage competencies all across the board to help you get to where you want to go. There are key persons that if you want to win in America, you must have them on your side. They're key persons. Strategy is the key. The person who organizes, who puts all the things together. Because so many people are in the team who are doing one thing. They are following a particular trend that has been set. You have the strategists, they are the people who put things together. And they are tax. The thing, your wealth is in the taxes you pay in America. Your wealth is in the taxes. So you have tax strategists, you have attorneys, you have financial advisors. And when you talk about financial advisors or financial planners, you're talking about 3 different categories of financial planners that you need. Number one is a financial advisor from the investment side. This guy is going to help you structure. This person with this idea, he's going to help you use the stock market like he's never known. Like you cannot do it yourself. He knows the stock market. He plays in the stock market. He knows all the different investment structures that are in what we call the stock market. That is what you call the capital market. He understands the capital market. So when you talk about financial planner, you need a financial planner on the investment side. You need a financial planner on the insurance side. You know what? Insurance is the biggest thing that there is to wealth building in America. One of the biggest things. Let me tell you why. Because every bank in America has put billions of dollars in life insurance. Life insurance is wealth. You're taking small money to buy big money. You're taking small money to buy your freedom. You're taking small money when you can afford small money. You put some more of that money and you're buying the big money. That is the game. Most of us come from countries where when you talk about insurance, it doesn't work. So people just, that thing is just there. Insurance in America is amazing. You people have insurance on your cars. You have insurance on your houses. You are mandated to have all those insurance. You take them, but on your own life, you don't have insurance. Does that make sense? Does that even make sense? And many times people don't have those insurances because they don't even know what is the proper insurance to get. So that's why you need somebody, because insurance is a huge market. Huge. So now you have the financial planner on the insurance side, and then you have the financial planner on the retirement side. When you want to retire, retirement is something that you plan. Most people, when they retire, they die very quickly. Why? Because there was no plan around their retirement. If you stood here and you're remaining 10 years to go on retirement, those 10 years should be years that you know exactly that by the time I end on that day of this, what are the type of things that I can put today in order to get that the same level of income that I get on the last day so that my life doesn't change. In America, there's no place in the world that can structure that as good as in the United States. That's why you need a financial advisor on the retirement side. And all of these people are doing it around the guy who's called the strategist. All of these guys have strategies as well. Then now we talked about that. Then another person that you need the accountants. Because most of these people are even ownership of businesses. You want to structure your business. Structure is in everything. Businesses are separate legal entities. You have to structure them the same way you're structuring yourself. You need accountants. You need tax preparers, the CPAs. You need the guys who are going to prepare your taxes and make sure that you're saving that money that you're using to do all those things that you need. So the structure, every strategy that is there has to go into the books in a particular way. The accountant needs to put them in a particular way. Then the taxes are prepared in a particular way so that we show that you can show that even though you are avoiding taxes, you are also showing that you're making enough income to be able to access the capital market. Because nobody gives money to any person who is broke. If you are broke, even your mother will not give you money. Everybody gives money to somebody who's broke. The Bible says that to him that has more shall be given. It will be taken away from the poor man and given to the rich man. That's the same strategy everywhere. You come to America, it's the same thing. Capitalism is even worse.
Wow.
So you need a loan officer on your side. And then you need what? You need, and there's something in this country that we take for granted. Experts in energy efficiency. Most of us, we have houses. We don't even know how we can structure the house to take the benefit out of it. We don't know the benefits of solar panels. We don't know the benefits of ABC. We have energy expert. You need somebody who is going to structure that. There's so much money in this thing called solar panels that you can get only on your house, and you never pay no gas. You never pay no energy. And not only that, you become a company. You become your own energy company that you're selling energy to others because of structure. Structure is wealth building machine. And who is your family office? Those are the things that the wealthy have already organized for them. And companies like ours, a company like ours, we are the family office for immigrants in this country because they don't know how this system works. They don't. And then there's no one out there. So basically, take this game, and then this game is going to change your story. It completely changes the game. Tell me, I just finished with one client here. He's a physician. This guy tells me he pays how much? He tells me he pays 46% of his income is going to Uncle Sam in taxes. 46%. 46% is going to taxes. So now he has to struggle to live with his family and pay student loans and do everything on the remaining 53%, 54%. How do you live on that? How can you build wealth on that? Yet the wealthy are not paying taxes. So now what does he do? So he's looking at, now we're making strategies to take back that 46%. If you take back that 46%, are you going to multiply your wealth building process? Absolutely yes. But you need a team around you for that. You need a team because you cannot do it. So that is what a family office has done. And that's why we're taking family office from the top capitalist, top 1%, and making it mainstream. That's what we are doing.
Wow.
We're making it mainstream.
Wow. Actually, I concur what you're saying, because like I said, ever since I started delegating certain tasks, especially with Turidi to other persons, not only do I have time for myself to think really bigger, I realized that, hey, these people are more productive than even when yesterday I went to do a project. We went there, 15 minutes, we were done. I remember back in the days when I was just the only person who was doing all of these things, I'll go there and I'll need like 2 hours. Whereas with someone, I jump in there, pam, 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 we are done, and we left. So I concur with what you're saying about family office and bringing people in to help, especially people who are specialists, because that's exactly what you do. You bring in the best from other domains, and then build this strategy firm, which is just there to help. And by the way, for those who are watching, I just needed to remind you, we are talking about something that the wealthy are actually using. If the wealthy are actually using to get more wealth, then definitely it's going to be extremely expensive. Let me use that word, expensive. But guess what? He has decided, you know what? Let me look for a way. Let me find a way, my people. Let me look for that way where I can have my people enjoy these services. That is exactly what he's doing. I'm not going to tell you how much he's charging or no. You just book your session, get there, have your one-on-one with him, and then maybe he will explain better. Boss,
Let me, let me just add that to that, what you're saying. The problem we still have in our community is that we try to make this for our community, and we are in that sphere where most of the people in our community, they are not used to paying for services. They're not used to paying for services. We're not used to paying for services. We're used to paying for assets. We're used to paying for assets. You go and buy a big house, that's fine. I go and buy my house. I go and buy my car for $10,000, $20,000, then I can touch it, it's fine. But you say that you go and pay for a service for $10,000 for something. Even when you created the money and gave it to the person still cannot allow the money. That's our problem. Our problem is we become too analytic, what they call analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is so deep inside us, especially when it comes to money to spending. Spending has to become, we have to be able to know that you build money by investing money. I just told you the team that we have to do all this work. These people, in America, they have to leave. Most people say, okay, I want to do all the things to the end, and we'll share, we can do the money. I said, that's not the way it operates. Some people say, okay, you have given me that thing. You tell somebody, okay, I've just saved you. I'm going to save you $300,000. This is how we are going to do it. I spend all the time. You told that person, and then you tell him, please, this thing like this is going to cost you about $25,000. That $25,000 just hits everything. He would rather leave it or that $300,000 go away because he said $25,000. And I'm telling you, in our community, when you see the value that we are giving, I'm throwing this thing out there so people can see it. Some people come here and think that when we just speak here, we have to be for free. So they just come and they're getting it for free. Charles, hey, you're too expensive. You're this, you're this. You show him what you're doing for him. You're going to do this for him. I'm going to save you. You've been paying $300,000. This is how we do it. And then we bring you all the strategies that I've never seen before. But that person realizes that because you did all of that, you have to go and do it for the same price that he's been doing it for $500 in the Cartier of $200. I mean, it's just crazy. And some people take it and sleep on it until when it's close to tax year end. Then they come back and tell you that, can we talk about that thing again? When you told him 20 years ago, that let's do that about 6 months, 7 months ago. Then for the 7 months, he's been thinking, looking for all sorts of ways to think on how we can I do the thing by himself. Maybe I try the thing. Maybe I can do this. And then he comes right to the end of the year, and then you see him trying to call you for. I said, please. And then we are in a place where our mindsets have to start thinking that it's money that's going to make money in America. There's money if you don't use money to, and somebody is creating you the money that you're going to use to build to do all those things that you've never done before, and then you still find it a problem to do it. You can tell me, if you tell me that it's because of my credibility, you want to know my credibility, it makes more sense to me. But if you tell me that the money is, it just goes crazy. It just beats my imagination. When I tell people, at times because maybe I see it, they don't see it. And I keep telling them, that's why I spend an hour just explaining, just telling. I take at times 2 hours just to explain the things. I show you all my plans, all the people that are involved. But yet you see people, they're still like, And then they start calling you when it's like 1 month to filing taxes. I want to do that thing. Are you crazy? Are you mad? What is wrong with us? When I speak to some of these guys who are here, the people who have been here, all these white folks and things, you're speaking to them, you're running with the game. You're running because he's coming, he already knows what he's coming for.
Yeah.
But every time people look at everything is a scam. In our community, everybody just thinks that, there's something here that's nefarious. There's something here that's this. We are in a bad place. We need to come out of it.
Boss, I accept what you're saying, especially because there's this mentality, this mindset we cultivated growing up where your shoe cut, you fix and you want, your clothes tear, you patch and you want, it builds some very bad thing inside we don't grow now. We need even one delegate tax.
Yes.
We just feel like, oh no, I can look for a solution. And then when we solve some one or two, we just feel like, oh, you see, I'm the one I finally do them. You don't know the extent to which you do them because you're not a professional. If he was a professional, it would have been far more better than what you do. I been talk for the person yesterday. Yeah, you want to go file the tax. Maybe if you get the return we want and things like that. But guess what? If a strategies will help you, it not go only help you give you that return. It will advise you even on things that we go for start do from this year, so next year will come out better.
Let me tell you what, and I say this very important. I have been in this business. People call me, they come here. All my clients, they come here. I've seen clients who are making crazy money in our community. They're making. They think they're doing it. Within 2 months, you just see somebody just tells you his business is closing. Yeah. Why? Because they had one compliance requirement. He doesn't know. That is, I mean, we don't look beyond our noses. Our noses. That's why I will tell you, me leveraging people is the most important thing I've come to realize.
Yep.
Leveraging people. I don't mind how much you cost me. It's not about cost. It's about what do you bring to me. If that's your expertise, you do it.
Yep.
Do it for me. I don't have time.
Yep.
I don't have time.
That's actually
these people, they build a business we see in our communities. You build business, you do things that say, it is grown, your business is making millions of dollars, and all of a sudden one day, one small thing that is being asked by a compliance officer, you don't even know. You just start doing this. Because when we see money, we get crazy. We don't plan to sustain that money. We don't have any plan to sustain our money. Well, let me tell you what, when a white guy comes to me, he has a business of 200,000. The first thing he's paying, that $200,000 that he's making from that business, his cost of structuring that business is crazy. Just to structure, because that business has to be sustained. The cost of administration of sustaining a business, even doing bookkeeping, we cannot even pay for bookkeeping, because for us in our mind, bookkeeping is cheap. It's supposed to be done. I'm just thinking that too cheap thing. Why I get for pay the guy? I just say, okay, go and do it. I tell people, go and do it and then bring me the results. Let's see if we can use it. Let's see if we can use what you do. If you know how to do it, get people who can do it. But if you want to structure and do all these things, get in here, there's a price for it. Pay for it. And we have created a value for you. You have the money inside the system that has been created for you. Why can't you take a tenth of what has been given to you and build the thing so that's sustainable? We don't want to do it. Even for money that's given to you for free. We have a problem here.
Boss, I think I don't write some topic down for down, especially insurance. We don't talk about family office before, but I want to talk about insurance for our next segment. You don't read them a lot, and I feel like we'll never really go into that detailing. We'll talk a little bit about insurance.
The problem too, when we get about insurance, because many people who are selling insurance don't even know what they're selling. They don't even know the products. They don't know they are just being told. They don't give them a recitation where they recite them about insurance. That's it. That's true. So that's why you need insurance is a strategy. It's a strategy. And how can it work for you? It's so important that people understand it is vital for you to have the right type of insurance in your own pocket. It's vital. Yes, we're not here to sell insurance, but those are the things that are building wealth in America. Why are we not talking about them? We have a lot of people who are smart in insurance in our communities, but we also have a lot of people who are out there just going, they just call them that insurance man. He's moving around. He doesn't understand what he's selling.
And are the people in that way they don't spoil the name for insurance?
Yeah.
Because now the people use that as example. Oh, we get some insurance for the man. The time reach, we want to check the policy. Say we don't qualify for this. But thank you very much. We have 40 minutes already. I'll leave you to maybe go continue your day, and we'll talk again on Saturday. But again, thank you very much for everything you did do for community.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody. It's great, guys. Go ahead, follow us on our different platforms. We have all these platforms are there for you to follow and learn these things, so that you know how these things work. It's not only about me. If you cannot do it with Charles, do it with somebody else. Go somewhere and do it. We came here to win. We came here to make things happen, and we must know that those things are out there for us to take advantage of. Let's win. Let's win. Go out there, read, go on YouTube. YouTube is not just for you to go and see how people dancing. It's for them to go and learn. Go to YouTube, go to these pages, make yourself change your own story. The world has become such a small village and everything is found in a system. We have social media that have all the things we need. We should focus on helping ourselves, help our children, help our generation. Let's teach them the way America works. Let's teach them the way the world works so that we can win. We must leave a legacy for our families. We must leave a legacy for our next generation. And how do we do that? It starts by changing our mindset.
Oh.
That's the goal.
Boss, thank you very much. We'll talk later. Guys, go ahead and follow him on all social media platforms. It's very important. It's very, very vital. Like I said, this man is making, I understand, I know the level of sacrifice he's making to just share this knowledge with our community. And there's this thing he always say, if you cannot do it with me, go and look for someone who can help you. That's the mindset of somebody who actually wants to help, not somebody who's just looking to maybe get some few dollars from you. Or no, if you cannot do it with me because you don't feel like you trust me, go out there and look for somebody that can help you do it, but make sure you do it. That's the mindset of somebody who feels like, hey, I don't want to be the only king in the community. I want everyone to be a king. I want everyone to be up there, so the task is easy. Like he said, go ahead, all social media platforms, YouTube channels. And after watching, like I always advise people, make sure you go to his YouTube. There's this advantage you have when before you meet someone, before you talk to them, you already know them. And the easiest way for you to know him is to go to his social media platforms, go to his YouTube, watch his videos, watch all of these things. You have an idea of who he is. You have an idea of what he has talked about. And now you have just questions, maybe in areas you did not understand, maybe things that you had doubts about, you understand? Or maybe things that your opinion differ with his. That is just the one thing we should be doing. That's just the best thing we should be doing, making sure that we are talking to these people. But before you go to them, make sure you have deep knowledge about them. Trust me, if you do your research on them, if you watch their videos, if you listen to their shows, he's had so many podcasts, the videos are out there. He's had so many this and that, everything is out there. How about you just go there, watch these videos, have an understanding of what he's teaching, and then you can come up with very good questions, very smart, intelligent questions to ask him when you get the chance to talk with him one-on-one. Like I said, his name is Charles Njoya. His company is CHN Advisors, and they are probably one of the finest we have in our community. When I say our community, I'm not talking about the Anglophone community or the Cameroonian community or the African community. I'm talking about the world at large. That's the reason why he's been doing this for 26 years. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys on the next one. By the way, we have so many wonderful things going on to Reedy. I don't know which one you do follow, but you definitely get for the follow someone. You definitely get for the follow something on Toridi, and we are bringing in more people. We're bringing in more people to Toridi. We want to make Toridi that diverse platform where we are having different conversations regularly. And by the grace of God, we're making progress. Thank you again. And we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll see you guys on the next one.